going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort, and China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
We certainly want to see banks succeed in this new world order. We certainly want to see banks succeed in this new world order.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works. Because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Remember, those books are mandatory because they show you how the world really works. And in the times that we're in right now, we definitely need to know how the world works. And then plus, much love to those who purchased the 3 Kids books, It's Time to Re-Educate. And then also, much love to those who donated to the Cash App, Patreon. Remember, in my Patreon, guys, I have the New World Order cryptos. Make sure you check those out. And then much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Now, guys, of course, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first, and overall, the market is up. Now, we know that we have the soft fork coming in 7 days, Taproot. But remember, guys, Bitcoin Lightning is that protocol that fixes all the issues of Bitcoin. And that's that second layer. So that's the one you definitely want to keep an eye on. Remember, we have Blockstream, we have BACK. All of them are in on it when it comes to Bitcoin Lightning. Now, guys, we know that CME opens tonight. So you definitely should already have yourself in position, whatever you wanted to do. I'm not your financial advisor, not financial advice. Please do your own research, but we still have liquidity out there. Now, of course, you want to make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators as volume, tether, and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. So important. We know they're pulling back on the repos, so we're going to make sure we look at that on a daily basis. And then also they're pulling back just a little bit on the actual purchases, only about 15 billion. But we know 2022, and remember the Crypto Teacher told you, is going to be one of the worst times ever in American history, because we know the New World Order is setting up an event, and I'm going to do a video on that today inside of my Patreon, so do not miss it. And then also, guys, we have Grayscale. We know that Grayscale will. Make sure you're paying attention to the actual purchases, so therefore we know which way the market is moving. Now we have Solana. Surpasses Cardano and Tether, takes that number 4 spot. And guys, if you follow Andres and my guy, the 816Z portfolio, you know Solana is in there. You won't lose. And remember, the Crypto Teacher taught you to follow the money. And guys, in my Patreon for the New World Order cryptos, I break it down. And we also know the supply chain cryptos are going to be very important. We have Origin Trail, we have VeChain, we have Morpheus. And guys, remember how the New World Order works. Problem, reaction, solution. With all the agendas, that's how they work it. The Hegelian dialectic. We know that's all we hear on TV. That's all we all hear about the Fed, Congress. The supply chain is messed up. But guess what? They have a fix. The financial system is messed up. Guess what? They have a fix. Voting is messed up. Guess what? They have a fix. Blockchain, cryptos. That is the fix, people. Remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Integer Group migrates digitized equity tokens from Ethereum to Polygon blockchain. And that would bring faster transactions and lower fees. And we have David Schwartz says NFTs will broaden. And we know NFTs have opened the gate for tokenized goods. And lastly, we have the infrastructure bill. Failure by a business or individual to report digital asset transaction could be a criminal offense. Remember, guys, with blockchain and tokenization, all your privacy is out the window. This gives a new world order the all-seeing eye. It is not going to be anything that you're going to be able to do that they cannot see. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the new world order, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you, don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books, It's Time to Re-Educate. Also, if you're new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance, do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The Crypto Teacher Stock Channel, Crypto Teacher Stocks. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, got that home stocks is C-Red, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day.
Among the most conservative institutions on the planet, more conservative than the Catholic Church. If you're the head of the Fed, like, the biggest thing is don't mess up. Don't do something. I don't think you're going to, I would be shocked if the U.S. Federal Reserve was like a technology leader. On the other hand, like, there are things that you can do that make technological progress and improve settlement that are more conservative and safer, using the same technologies. So I think you could see those kinds of things out of the Fed. The United States has geopolitical issues with the popularity of the dollar, and if the dollar lags behind technically, that could become a factor pulling against adoption of the dollar. So I think they're going to be in kind of the position that, kind of like what happened to Sony as they watched digital music happen. Like, they're like, we have a solid position here, and we could lose it to technological innovations. And we would love to sell CDs forever, but if people want digital downloads, then we can't let Apple become, which could be China in the analogy, or any of the countries that would like to usurp the U.S.'s role. So I think you're going to see the way the U.S. looks at CBDCs being fundamentally different from the way smaller countries would look at CBDCs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't pretend to, to understand all the complexities of geopolitics, but in the bigger picture, what I hear, one of the reasons China has done that is, of course, for sort of like surveillance and control, but also to try to break the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency. Because after the armed forces, the U.S. dollar is the most powerful asset this country has. Lets us borrow cheaply. Everyone uses it. My understanding is China's running around saying, "Hey, use ours instead." In part to kind of break the dollar as a reserve currency. Is that about right?
Well, but China has been having this position for years. I mean, I think that has very little to do with central bank digital currency. I think the position of using the yuan as an alternative reserve currency, they've been moving in that direction, first with Asia, now sort of globally.
No, of course, but to what David was saying, if they have a better technology, if, the U.S. is still running around selling CDs and trying to, pass around its technology that way, and China has got this shiny new MP3 version of money, isn't that going to be advantage China?
Well, I think, it's certainly part of the flame that has been lit under the Fed. Is this, okay, well, look what's already happened. Because, if you look at, existing CBDC implementations, right, you have the Bahamas sand dollar and you have China's digital yuan. Bahamas, important, small developing country, not necessarily competing with the U.S. there. But China, to your point, is I think really what lit the fire.
Yeah, as a technologist and like a businessman who's trying to espouse these technologies and trying to kind of not plant any particular flag in the sort of geopolitical struggle, because that's not really our place. But I think these technologies will allow countries to have more control over their own sovereignty financially, and if they want to break from sort of global financial regimes, they'll have the ability to do that. And I think there will be pushback, And I think I can speak for most of the companies in this space that say, like, we don't want to be geopolitical actors by any stretch of the imagination. Like, we want to improve settlement. We want to provide technologies that can make things better. And we're kind of watching as these bigger themes are playing.
The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.